Let's cross to Spain now, where both our next guests currently are. I'm joined by travel journalist Lisa Francesca Nand and travel TV presenter Laura Hamilton. Welcome to you both. I hope it's nice and sunny out there because there are difficult times ahead, aren't they? Lisa, if we could go to you first, how are tourists taking it out there after that shock news?
I think tourists are a little bit surprised, like most of us in the travel industry, very surprised. It was rushed in. We were told 5 hours before that we were able, if we needed to go now, we should go now if you couldn't quarantine for 14 days. I know lots of people that were rushing around trying to get flights out that would get them home before midnight to no avail. And I think it's an absolute shock because, you know, Spain is a very, very big country and it feels safe here. Absolutely. We're wearing masks all the time down the street. I personally have been stopped by the police twice in the last 24 hours, which is a new thing for me, for slightly adjusting masks and things like that. And, you know, there's 45 million people here. They're very spread out. The isolated cases are in different parts of the country, not really parts where, you know, the Costa del Sol and the Costa Brava, where the tourist goes. And it just feels, I think everyone here feels that it's just a little bit too much. It should be something a little bit more localized and less heavy-handed.
What's been the response of the Spanish government? They're so heavily reliant on British tourists.
Yeah, the Spanish government are very, very annoyed that this has happened. You know, they spoke a lot. There was a big conversation going on before all of this. They've been very strict here. 18 million Brits visit Spain every year. That's a lot of people. Tourism accounts for 12% of the economy. So this is a major concern. And even just walking around here, I'm in Fuengirola on the Costa del Sol, businesses have closed. It's not the same. You know, I'm having a lovely time. It's sunny and nice. We can still go to bars and restaurants, but it's not the same as before. It's very Spanish, which is lovely. You do get a lot of Spanish tourists here as well, but the Brits just aren't here. They were slowly coming back, and now, of course, that's not going to happen, which is going to have a devastating knock-on effect to the travel industry as well as people's holidays.
Laura, to you now, if we will. I understand you were mid-air when all of this happened.
I was indeed mid-air. I had taken advantage of the onboard Wi-Fi and got a notification as I was 36 hours to say that the government were going to be implementing the 2-week quarantine. I was actually flying out to Spain to film my TV show, A Place in the Sun, which they've just decided to start filming again and have implemented, you know, all the necessary safety measures. And I got on the flight, and my flight actually landed at 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, which gave me zero option of even trying to attempt to get on a flight back home before the quarantine had been implemented, because of course I couldn't. There were no flights back out at that time of night.
So what's the knock-on effect going to be for you and for your family?
Well, you know, my family is at home in our home in San Pedro, so not far from Fuengirola, but yeah, we're slightly further down the coast, and it feels very, very safe here. People are walking around with masks. We're on an urbanisation where even they're taking it, you know, very seriously, sanitising sunbeds constantly. It's unbelievably quiet, unbelievably quiet. You know, this time of year would normally be packed. Knock-on effect for me, it is crazy because, you know, now I came out here to work, to film. And it's a notoriously expensive part of Spain that we're on right now. And I probably wouldn't have chosen to come out on holiday during this peak period had I not been working. So
I wonder what's going to happen for the rest of the season. I've got a viewer's question here from Rosie. Lisa, perhaps you can help. She says, I have a holiday to mainland Spain booked in early September. Should I wait this out or start trying to cancel it now for a refund?
Do not cancel. Wait until anything is cancelled on you, because if you cancel, then you've got no recompense to complain about it or trying to get a refund. Now, we do know that some people are being quite lenient in terms of refunds, but I don't know about everyone else. I'm still waiting for refunds from 4 months ago, so I wouldn't bank on those coming at all if quickly. But yeah, do not cancel. If you have a holiday book, do not cancel, because anything could change by then. Did you say it was September? I think a lot of people have holidays booked for them. Anything could change. Don't cancel. Just bide your time and see what they say.
Laura, Paul has written in. He says, I hear Spain actually has a much lower death rate than the UK. Can the government really justify these measures?
I mean, I personally do feel that we actually in the UK that we locked down, you know, various towns. Why could they not have done the same, adopted the same measures here? You know, on the Costa del Sol, there are very few cases, and I understand that there obviously are more near Barcelona and up in Madrid, but I don't understand why they couldn't just say, okay, well, let's try and do something about flights coming in from there, rather than putting, you know, these restrictions on right here on the Costa del Sol.
Lisa Francesca Nand and Laura Hamilton, thank you for joining us. I hope you do enjoy the rest of your holidays.